Hey guys, today I'm going to tell you how I scammed my rich friend and Adopt Me and how it went completely wrong. So from what I thought, she would scam people every single day for the pets that she had. And I only thought that because I saw her do it a couple times. And when I tell you this girl was rich, I mean she was rich. So one day I was at her house and we were just playing Adopt Me, and when she went to go up to the bathroom, I took her iPad and I traded myself and I traded all her pets to my account. And by the way, I had traded all the pets to an alt account so that she wouldn't see them in my inventory. So soon enough, she came back from the bathroom and she had a meltdown. And she knew that it wasn't me because she knows that I wouldn't do something like that, and she saw my inventory. So then she goes running to her dad sobbing, telling him about it. And remind you, they are a really wealthy family. And then I was confused because he started screaming at her over these virtual pets. And then he said this. Part 2. So yeah, here he is screaming at her. And then he says this. We're just gonna call her Abby, but he says, Abby, I've spent probably over $1,000 on this game in the past year for you. And I was all confused. I was like, oh, wait a minute. This girl had her dad buy her pets? And she's just over there sobbing, and so he takes her iPad and throws it across the room. It didn't break, but this man's was furious. And I'm just standing in the corner of the room with my jaw literally on the ground. Cause he's over here flipping out on her, and I had them in my inventory the whole time. And so of course I had to give them back to her, but oh my god, I was so scared and they were both mad at me. So then my parents got involved because apparently it was a too far gone prank. So that's when things started to get just way too dramatic. So we stopped talking for a while, but luckily we talk again.
One time when I was little, I thought I could talk to trees because I had no friends, and I used to sit by them and say things, and one day I was talking to my tree friend called Kevin, and this girl went up to me and said, "Are you talking to that tree, freak?" And I started crying and hugged onto the tree, and while she was laughing, one of the branches fell on the girl's head. Thanks, Kevin.
So this couple comes in together to buy an engagement ring, and they had a budget of about $20,000, which is a lot for an engagement ring. But the ring that she happened to pick out was about $35,000, which is a lot of money. And she was really adamant about picking it, and he was kind of reserved, like, it is a lot of money. But she's like, no, if you love me, you'll buy it, yada, yada, yada. And he's like, you know what? You're going to be my wife, the mother of my kids, whatever makes you happy. So after they finally decide, I pack it up for them. I'm like, here you go. Have a great marriage. Have a great life. Goodbye. About 3 weeks later, the fiance comes in, and I'm thinking she just wants to get the ring size or something. And she's like, can you guys take out the diamond and replace it with a cubic zirconium? Cubic zirconium is a very cheap substitute for a diamond. So I was like, yeah, we can do that, but just give us 2 or 3 days. So she leaves, and I call her fiance because I was like, oh, this is really suspicious. And he had no idea that she came into the shop or that she was coming in. So he calls me 2 days later, and he finds out that she was going to break up with him. She would have kept that diamond, and she would have given him the fake one. He would have returned it, and he would have gotten no money back. Talk about mess.
So one day I was in Adopt Me, and this girl came in with a frost dragon, and everyone was like, OMG, that's so cool, can I offer? It literally said above my head, dream pet, frost dragon. And everyone was like, can I offer? And I was like, oh my god, I need this pet. Like, this is my dream pet. So I took out my neon unicorn because, I wanted to, make it, I had a good offer. So I take it out, and I was like, oh, can I offer? She's like, you, my username, I'm not going to say it. She's like, you come to my house. And I was like, I know this is a scam because you wouldn't tell me to come to your house. You would be able to trade in the main circle, but whatever. So I go to her house, and she says, okay, if you do me one thing, you can have my frost dragon for free. And I was like, you know what, for free? Done, easy. So she says, you have to gather people to play not hide and seek, Simon Says. So I gather 4 people. We go line up by the nursery, and she says, okay, good. Now let's start. Simon says, sit. We all sit. Simon says, jump. We all jump. Then she says, Simon says, blank, come back for part 2. Part 2, so after she said, Simon says, sit, we all sat and we got up, and then she said, okay, now jump. So only one girl actually listened to it and jumped. The other people knew, you have to say Simon says. So she was out, and then she's like, okay, now the last one, Simon says, give me your best pet. I knew this was coming from the beginning, but I still played just to see what would happen. So I said no. She knew I had a neon unicorn because I took it out to make it look like I have a really good offer when she had her frost dragon, and she wasn't gonna scam. So I took it out, so she knew I had my neon unicorn. She's like, you give me your neon unicorn, and whatever, you guys give me your best pet. So I was like, no, this is a scam, like, guys, don't do it. And she's like, okay, if you think it's a scam, then, like, leave. So we all left, and then I was just running around taking care of my pet until I heard that she was doing it with another group. So come back for part 3. I'm sorry, this story time is really long. It was, like, it was crazy. So, yeah, come back for part 3. So she got, like, 10 people to join her group of Simon Says. Of course, I didn't rejoin because, I'm not getting scammed. So, she's doing it and whatever, and everyone's like, they're all doing it, Simon says clap, Simon says run, Simon says sit, Simon says jump, whatever. And then, she does the same thing she did to us, but it was sit, so she just said sit. No one believed her, of course, like, that's obvious. But then she's like, okay, last one. And I was like, I know this. Give me your best pet. Whatever. So she goes, Simon Says, give me your best pet. I was, like, really annoyed at this point. I was like, you know what, like, screw this. I ran into the middle and I was like, no, guys, don't. This is a scam. She scammed another person. She obviously didn't, but I just wanted to say that so they wouldn't get scammed. So I was like, no, she's a scammer. She's a scammer. And one person didn't believe me, but believed the other girl. So she gave her the griffin, and the girl left, of course. And I was like, no, like, you shouldn't have done it, whatever. And I felt so bad. I gave her a cat. Moral of the story, don't believe anyone when they say, like, give me a pet.